At this time, I would like to welcome Easton High School's valedictorian, Ivan Chen.
Sorry. Good evening, everyone. It is an honor for me to stand before all of you today as your valedictorian. First, I would like to say a warm congratulations to all my fellow graduates. Each of you have worked so hard for this moment, and you most definitely deserve to cherish it. Next, I would like to express my gratitude on behalf of my class for everyone who supported us through our high school years. To the staff of Easton High School, thank you for your hard work and maintaining a welcoming learning environment. You acted as more than just mentors, going as far as becoming our best friends or our at-school parents. To our parents and families, thank you for always supporting us from before we can walk until now, when we've become splendid young men and women ready to walk across this stage today. We couldn't have done it without you. I'm sure these years were never easy, and it definitely won't be any easier watching the children you've nurtured grow up and venture into the world on their own. Now, I would like to reflect on our high school journey. 4 years ago, we entered the maze of high school amid a global pandemic. To some, this might seem like a distant memory. To others, this will bring back the feelings of hurt, defeat, and loss as we sacrifice so much to pull through and rebuild our community. COVID came out of nowhere and hit us like a truck, and as a result, we completely lost our freshman year. Most of the student body was fully virtual, attending classes through computer screens instead of the traditional and much needed face-to-face contact. But let's be real, we all slept through online classes or watched Netflix while pretending to be there. We were already clueless entering high school, but this lack of contact made us lose a year of personal development and hindered us even further, making us into hamsters stuck in a maze. Sophomore year, we were lucky enough to return to school in person, even if we had to sit through countless bomb threats and lockdowns. Despite only seeing each other's eyes, sometimes through foggy glasses, just being able to be there in person empowered us. We were now willing to peek our heads around the first corner, looking for potential paths to take. We obtained the ability to start forming connections with each other, to begin chasing away the quarantine depression, to no longer only run into the dead ends in the maze of high school, and to take the first step in mapping out the correct path. Then, as a community, we began to rebuild our clubs and our school spirit. We created and found places to belong, whether it's the band, the Taylor Swift Club, or the track team. Even though some confusion lingered, we took everything as it came and we powered through it all. Junior year, the path became clearer. We could now see the end of the maze in front of us. As the earlier past riders, it became our job to guide the underclassmen, although begrudgingly. We took a look at the sophomores and the freshmen with a new sense of superiority, and then we say the next generation is screwed without realizing we used to act the same way they do. Funny enough, junior year was also the year where most of our personal development happened. Many of my friends told me that this was when they begin to feel like real humans, when they learn how to stand strong and face the world. So don't worry about the underclassmen so much, because by the time they become juniors, they'll mellow out. After all, they're navigating the same maze that we're going through. And finally, senior year. We're now merely a few steps away from the exit, but this was where it gets busy. You spend most of your years writing all sorts of applications, crying about FAFSA not working, then complaining about the SmartPass queue. Then there's Miss Niece sending out so many scholarships daily that you slowly get driven crazy. But we do really appreciate that. And after that's done, you now either panic for the rest of the year about what you do for the future, or you catch peak senioritis. And if you're like me, you worry about not making enough memories as you realize your time is almost over. You feel the urge to make the most of your last as they start piling up. Your last year, your last homecoming, your last game, your last prom, all leading up to your last day. And when that last day does come, it doesn't even fully click until you leave the school campus for the last time and think, wow, that's it. Now, it's time to graduate. Despite our rocky start, we're here. We've been through so much and overcame all of the obstacles in our way, all for this moment. Once we leave this stage, we'll become fully fledged adults. Just as how we trailblazed the unknowns of high school and made it through the maze, we must do the same in our future endeavors. Today is not merely an end, but it is also the beginning of a new journey. After we take a second to look back and wonder how we got here, we must look forwards and begin making a place for ourselves in this world, whether it's through a four-year school, community college, trade school, the military, the workforce, or heck, even a gap year. But if you haven't figured it out yet, that's all right. We're all learning to adult for the first time. I know most people say graduation speeches are really forgettable, but if there's one thing I want all of you to take away from this, it's that you have the ability to pursue your own path. You've done this before with navigating the maze of high school, and you can definitely do it again. Heck, if there are way too many walls in your way, just bust through all of them, just like the Kool-Aid Man. Life has too many choices and too many ifs, each with countless possibilities that can weave your story. But no matter what, it's ultimately up to you to forge ahead and make the choice that is right for you. Use that to find success and create your own unique story. Thank you.